When we think of World War II, we often picture battlefields, soldiers, and iconic moments like D-Day. But the war wasn't just fought overseas, it was won at home, too. From factories to farmlands, rationing to Rosie the Riveter, the home front was the backbone of America's victory. So how did ordinary Americans rise to the challenge? Let's find out. December 7, 1941, the attack on Pearl Harbor changed everything. The next day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt declared war on Japan, and soon after, Germany and Italy declared war on the U.S. Almost overnight, the entire nation shifted into war mode. Factories were repurposed, enlistment soared, and the American people braced for a total war effort. With millions of men heading to the front lines, the U.S. had to become the world's arsenal of democracy. Industries converted almost overnight. Car manufacturers like Ford stopped making civilian vehicles and started producing tanks, planes, and weapons. By 1945, American factories had built over 300,000 aircraft, 100,000 tanks, and millions of tons of supplies, a production effort unmatched in history. For the first time, millions of women entered the workforce, taking on jobs traditionally held by men. Rosie the Riveter became a national icon, symbolizing the strength and resilience of women who worked tirelessly in factories, shipyards, and fields. By 1945, women made up nearly 40% of the workforce, proving that their role in industry was essential to victory. Back home, every American played a part. Rationing was in full force. Sugar, rubber, meat, and gas were all limited. Families planted victory gardens to grow their own food. Even kids helped, collecting scrap metal to be turned into weapons and vehicles. The government encouraged Americans with slogans like "Use it up," or "It out," "Make it do," or "Do without." Sacrifices were necessary, and the country came together like never before. The government used propaganda to unite the country. Posters encouraged enlistment, rationing, and buying war bonds, which helped finance the war. Hollywood got involved. Two films like Casablanca and Why We Fight stirred patriotism. Even Disney and Warner Brothers made cartoons supporting the war effort. The message was clear: every American had a role to play in victory. But the home front wasn't perfect. Over 120,000 Japanese Americans were forced into internment camps, losing their homes and businesses. African Americans fought for their right to work in defense industries, leading to the WWII campaign, Victory Abroad and Victory Against Racial Injustice at Home. Even in wartime unity, inequality remained. After years of sacrifice, the war ended in 1945. Factories that once made tanks now produced cars and appliances, helping create the post-war economic boom. Women had proven their abilities in the workforce, paving the way for future equality movements. And the war effort had transformed America into a global superpower. The home front had done its job, it had built victory. The story of World War II's home front is one of unity, sacrifice, and resilience. Without the people back home, victory wouldn't have been possible. So what lessons can we take from this today? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more history deep dives.